Dr. Walter Mzembi, the former G40 in ZANU-PF, to think that he can strike a deal with Emmerson Mnangagwa and return to Zimbabwe and be a free man. I can actually attest to you that he might have been promised that, but remember, we are dealing with a very cunning president in Zimbabwe. In fact, this is an understatement. We are dealing with a heartless man with records of eliminating people. So individuals such as Dr. Walter Mzembi, I think I must say also Yosevia Kasukwere, as well as Professor Jonathan Moyo, was actually serious gambling to think that Emmerson Mnangagwa can forgive them and they just come to Zimbabwe and begin to trek for his 2030 mantra in exchange for their freedom. According to the latest report, is that the Harare Regional Magistrate, that is Mr. Donald Ndiroway, has dismissed the fresh bid by Dr. Walter Mzembi to fight for his freedom. Greetings and welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what? You become the very first one to watch us. So the latest bid by Dr. Walter Mzembi to seek freedom was actually thwarted by the Harare Regional Magistrate, that is Mr. Donald Ndiroway, who actually dismissed the application for Dr. Walter Mzembi and ordered him to attend his trial beginning this Friday. So this simply means Dr. Walter Mzembi would not be a free man. He would have to attend his trial whilst coming from prison. This follows the court having confirmed his 3 warrants of arrest and actually reached a conclusion that he deliberately violated those warrants of arrest, and initially the court ruling that Walter Mzembi should attend his trial straight from the prison. It appears there is no going back unless if they may actually decide to continue fighting up to the High Court, Supreme Court, and whatever legal avenues available to Dr. Walter Mzembi. But in my humble opinion, I think if I was him facing this situation, I would simply go for my trial, allow the trial to start, because there is absolutely no way Emmerson Mnangagwa will remove him from the prison. It is public knowledge that he is punished for being a former G40 member. And remember, they have done a lot of things whilst outside the country. He was once supporting the candidature of Xavier Kasukwere to contest Emmerson Mnangagwa, something that Mnangagwa used his courts to prevent Xavier Kasukwere. And he has said a lot of things about Emmerson Mnangagwa publicly on X. I was quite shocked to learn that Dr. Walter Mzembi decided to actually go back to Zimbabwe. There was a deal that was struck between him as well as Emmerson Mnangagwa. He was promised that upon arriving in Zimbabwe, he was going to have a meeting with Emmerson Mnangagwa and they were going to seal the deal. I think trusting Emmerson Mnangagwa in the very first place was a miscalculation by Dr. Walter Mzembi, and I'm sure some former G40 members, those who are still tracking for Emmerson Mnangagwa, such as Professor Jonathan Moyo, have learned that we are dealing with a man who cannot forgive. If he actually renders you an enemy, you will always be an enemy. Just look at all who are associated with G40. There is absolutely none that is currently working with Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. He rendered them as enemies. Even those who had struck deals with Robert Kaplan are working with so far. Make sure that they are far away from his cabinet. They are of no influence. For example, your Sydney Secretary in the Politburo, but what contribution is it doing to the government of Mnangagwa? It's very, very insignificant. He just sits there because he is alive and he is a senior member of ZANU-PF, and he didn't do anything to Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, maybe except trying to strike a deal with Robert Gabriel Mugabe to take over from him as the president rather than Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa. So Walter Mzembi will be spending days in prison until his trial is over. And in Zimbabwe, they will make sure that they drag his trial. It will take some years. He will go through what an individual like Ignatius Chombo had to go through. And when Mnangagwa feels he has punished him enough, if he is lucky to be alive by that particular time, then he may be referred to this Herbert Chitepo School of Ideology and asked to join ZANU-PF from the grassroots. This is what we have seen Mnangagwa doing to his declared enemies, former G40 members. Look at what he did even to the former youth leaders who were supporting Robert Gabriel Mugabe. Mnangagwa is a man who cannot forgive. I think we have always been saying this, but guess what? People have their own choices to risk their lives. It was a miscalculation, a serious miscalculation for Dr. Walter Mzembi to be in the first place seek to clinch a deal with Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, to align himself with Mnangagwa. That on its own also exposed him as a character that he is ready to do anything to survive. This is typically what all members of ZANU-PF are doing. They are not members because they want to transform societies. They have learned this trick that if you are part of ZANU-PF, you are protected. You are bound to actually get away with a lot of criminality. So that is why you would see them joining this institution that is oppressing the people of Zimbabwe. Thank you very much for watching us. If you're watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, guess what, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send our stars. Let me love and leave you.